So here's that shocking story of how John the Baptist was killed by King Herod after criticising Herod's domestic arrangements. And here's Amos being told to go flee away to another country and prophesy his bad news somewhere else. The theme from these readings seems to be, don't be a prophet. Don't be the one to give God's perspective on things. Being a prophet is to be unpopular and is potentially very dangerous, and it may not end well. Amos had been going about saying things like, you push aside the needy and you trample on the poor. He has some great lines too about that justice roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-rolling stream. Many people in Amos' time were enjoying a high standard of living and having a great time, but ignoring the vulnerable members of the community whom they should have been looking after. Their faith had become privatized and hollowed out. Religious observance, but leaving the rest of life untouched without fairness or compassion. A warning to us all. But notice that Amos is not a professional, not a politician, not at first a prophet either, but an agricultural worker, much more at home among his sheep and in the fields than among the high-ranking officials God sent him to. God seems to have a tendency to call unlikely people to do special tasks. And often those chosen have taken some convincing. Think of Jonah, who ran away to sea when his special role was revealed to him. The prophets had to learn a new thing, and poor Jonah had a lot to learn. Read the book of Jonah for an entertaining account of how God patiently tries to help Jonah learn about God's ways and how to be a prophet. Well, you and I may not be called to prophecy, although it may be that social media has made prophets of us all, giving us all the means to try to see what is God's perspective and to speak truth to powerful people and indeed to the nation. Either way, we need to be ready lifelong to be attentive to God and to learn new things more generally in all spheres of life. And it turns out that there's evidence that this is good for us and it can be fun. One of the 5 ways to well-being is to keep learning, whether it's learning a new recipe or learning something about the history of our city or learning about Jonah's story. May we lifelong never stop learning. Amen.